Guys, I'm here today with Grant that's going to be performing the class for us, and today we're going to be working into some hip stuff and spine related mostly of the class. As usual, we start the class with CARS, controlled articular rotations, and today, instead doing the tick-tock back and forwards, the movement, we're going to go through one direction motion for 30 seconds, and then when I say reverse, you guys can then just reverse directions of the movement, whatever drawing you're doing, and then go for another 30 seconds on the other direction. Remember that when we're doing CARS, we want to irradiate tension from the rest of the body, so you slightly can open your legs a little bit wider than your hips. Hands comes on the side, you can make a fist, straight elbows, and then you start up floor, tension through the legs. A little bit of tension, doesn't need to be like really strong, trying to build up that much tension. Elbows straight, make a fist, strong torso, keep that straight now, and now think just moving the cervical spine. The first part of the movement will be dropping chin to the chest, and then driving the chin all the way to one shoulder, side bend your neck, and then looking up to the ceiling, and drive the chin all the way to the other shoulder. And then back to the center. Now I want you to think of that smooth circle, choose a speed, and we're going for that 30 seconds. Slow with control. Yeah, perfect. Looking up, chin to the chest, drive chin down to one side. Perfect, side bend, looking up, all the way to the other side. Back to center, keep going one direction. Looking up, bring chin to, perfect. That's it, slow with control. And reverse direction. Slow, try to keep that torso strong in the center. Perfect. Try to follow my finger. Perfect. Now here, now drive chin all the way. Perfect. Looking up, all the way to the other side. Bring the chin to the shoulder first. Perfect. And then that's it. Now think a little bit slower. Perfect. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. To T-spine. So now if you want to stay side facing the camera, hands will come on opposite shoulder, and I want you to think legs a little bit more apart now, just to try to lock that lower part of the spine. Tuck the tailbone in. You're going to keep that contraction as you want to tuck the tailbone in. That will help you to lock the lower part of your body. We're going to go into full flexion of the spine. So quickly, just look at me. Full flexion, neck. We're going to full flexion. We're going to side bend, and then lengthening up and go all the way to the other side. The center, that's one rep, and then you're going to choose that speed that you want to do. Try to go slow with control, and we're going for that 30 seconds. Tension through the legs, tucking the tailbone in, and go. Flexion, rotate, side bend, trying to lengthening up. Imagine I'm holding you and lifting you up. Perfect. And go all the way to the other side, and keep that circular motion. Flexion, perfect. Lengthening up, side bend, back to center. Yeah, keep going on that same direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, reverse, going to the other side. Remain with that tension through the legs, tucking the tailbone in. Perfect. Lengthening up, all the way to the other side. Perfect. Going to full flexion. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Facing the camera again. We're going to go for this scapular rotation. So through all the way up, protract, lowering down, back, retraction, bringing all the way up. One motion is forwards, and one is a reverse into the other direction. We're going to have the tennis balls slightly press your legs, and that tension, try to keep the elbows straight, and try this movement that you can do with that rotational movement of the scalp. Cool. One on the side. Tension through the feet, holding the legs is strong. We can do that deep inhale, breath out, exhale, pack the air down and all the way up, protract forwards, lowering down, retract on the lowest point, bring all the way up. Perfect. And now keep that movement for about 30 seconds. Retract up, forwards, lower, five, 4, 3, 2, reverse direction. Now lower. Now you're going to protract on the lowest point all the way forwards. All the way up, bringing back. Just reset the tennis balls. And I want you to think when you're on the lowest point and you protract, keep the hand facing the side and it's just the shoulder goes. Perfect. And then up. And back. One more. Try to keep the hand on the side. Perfect. And up. And relax. Shoulder capsule. So now I want you guys to bring right foot forwards, left foot back. You're going to square your hips, and you can keep a tennis ball on your left hand. Yeah, one. And we're going to go for full rotation of the shoulder. So the movement will consist into straight arm, squeezing the tennis ball, bringing forwards as it clears the gap of your ribs. You're going to bring across and then come all the way up. When you reach the roadblock here, that is basically overhead position that you can't go any further, we're going to rotate and keep that rotation happening all the time and sending the arm back. Keep the rotation happening. The palm of your, the back of your hand start to face your side of your body. Keep that rotation happening. When the back of your hand comes close to your leg, we reverse the direction of the movement, sending back, and then we're going to reach the roadblock now here, and then the rotation starts happening. And then you bring all the way overhead, across, and that's one rep. So we're going to go back and forwards for 30 seconds in each side. So first deep inhale, long breath out, exhale, pack the air down, square the hips parallel to the, we don't have a mat, but imagine a line in front of you, straight arm, and then slowly bringing forwards across the body and try to bring as high as possible. Try to keep the elbows straight, up, up. Whenever you can't go any further, rotate. And imagine that rotation becoming and starting from the biceps. Rotate. Try to keep the chest forwards. Perfect. And sending the arm back. Keep the rotation happening. Rotate. Rotate. Perfect. Straight elbow. Rotate. And sending the arm all the way back now. Arm back. Rotate back to the front. Keep the tension through the legs, torso straight, holding is strong. across the body, elbow is straight, square, slowly down, one more, all the way back up, slow with control, elbow is straight, start to rotate from the biceps, rotate, rotate, imagine holding your arm and that rotation happening, and if you need to, if you feel that you lean down to this side, bring back to center and let the arm goes down and bring that really honest rotation of the arm, elbow straight, and then reaching back, reverse, trying to reach back up here and start to rotate back to the front. Perfect. Bring the arm all the way up, come biceps close to your ear and then come across the body. Slow with control. And relax. Swap. Cool. Square the hips and then throughout the movement, really, I want you guys to really think of what we aiming here is the movement of that specific joint. And a way to teach ourselves to avoid compensation, to really work on that joint strengthening. Because the human body is smart enough that whatever part we don't have the right strength to use, something else is going to come along on the drive to help and will compensate that part that we don't use much or we never used before. So let's say on the full rotation of the shoulder joint, we normally don't use much that full extension here. So normally when we reach that rotation back here, we want to keep the mentality of what I say of give me the biggest circle that you can do with your shoulder joint. And then when we reach that part here, what normally happens is we want that big circle and then everything starts to move. So really, Grant's doing a great job, but I just want you, as I'm not going to be singing you guys, just pay attention. You can record yourself or be doing that in front of the mirror, and just pay attention that if you start to move too much the rest of the body, I want you guys to just rewind a little bit the movement and then really focus on you're going to lose a little bit of that movement of the joint, but it's going to be an honest movement, okay? And we're going to the other side. Deep inhale first, long breath out, exhale, pack the air down, tension through the legs, square the hips, and then slowly bring it across, all the way up. When your biceps come close to your ears, straight elbow and rotate. Remember, imagine holding your arm and then rotate, rotate, rotate. Keep the rotation happening. And back of your hand should be facing the side, reverse direction, bring back. And start rotate back to the front. Slow with control, perfect. All the way up and go across. Slow all the way down, straight elbow, don't lose any tension, square your chest back, and one more, all the way up, reaching or getting close to that roadblock, start to rotate, squeezing that tennis ball hard, rotate, perfect. Back of your hand should be facing the side and reverse, sending the arm back and rotate back to the front. Reach, trying to lengthen it up as you want to touch the ceiling and then go across. And relax. Elbow, you can drop the tennis ball down. Feet hip distance apart, tension throughout the legs. Hands come in front of you. Now we're going to just be hinging from the elbow joint, but that movement, not just as flexing and extending. Imagine that the air is dense and you're moving through that density. So full extension, big inhale, breath out, exhale, pack the air down, tension through the legs too, and then bending the elbows, palms all the way up. Flip the palms down, slowly extend. And my elbow clicked. Palms facing up, bending, palms facing down, extend. Now keep the palms facing down. Bring all the way up, moving through that density. Palms facing up, extend. Last one, palms down, flex, palms facing up, and extend. I'm going to drop down on the knees. I'm going to work today wrists unilateral. We normally do both at the same time. Today we're going to do a little bit different. If you have a yoga block, you can just bring your yoga block to try to block the movement of your forearm, or if you're on the top of your leg, and we're just going to try to do full circle of the wrists. 3 movements one side, 3 movements to the other side. Main thing to pay attention is keep looking or try to block with the top of your hand, your forearm, because what normally happens if you've never done that before or if you're not used to it yet, we want to compensate you, and what happens is forearm moving too. So when you're ready, Grant, deep inhale first, long breath out, exhale, pack the air down, and then tension throughout the whole body. Pink goes out on the side, and then palms facing you. Bring all the way, thumbs comes towards me here, palms facing out, and go. Keep going on that same speed that you choose to do through that 3 movements in one direction. That's 2. And reverse. And Grant can confirm how he wants to move when you reach this part here or that part there. 2. And this is what I mentioned before, how much our body is just made to compensate when we reach stuff that we're not used to. And relax, and we're going to the other arm. If you've never done that before, it's basically like, it's just some circles, but whenever you reach those little points that you're not used to, depending on whatever job you do, or if you use too much and that point is just a little bit weak or overworked, you're going to see that your forearm really wants to move. You just told yourself that you're going to move your wrists, and your forearm is kind of coming on the drive. So deep inhale, long breath out, exhale, pack the air down, holding the forearm, and start. Pink out, palms facing you, thumbs out, palms facing the camera for 1. Slow with control, exploring every single corner. 2, 3, and reverse. 1, 2, and last one, 3. Perfect. Down with the upper body, we're going to do hips as we did last week on a standing position. Today we're going to be doing with Grant a side lying position. So we're going to be missing a little bit of that external rotation that we have when we're standing up. That is here on the side lying position. We kind of cannot get into that. So just keep the yoga block for your pillow. You're gonna lay down on the side here, and I just do a quick movement so you can see first what we're gonna be doing. Imagine sitting down. You're gonna create tension. I'm gonna put a block between behind your back, just to you have the little conscious checkup that you're not gonna be compensating. Because what happened on that here is biggest circle that you can do with the hip joint. What our body normally tend to do to create that big circle is sending that back. So that part of your upper body back to the hip joint will keep strong in the center. We're gonna bring knee to the chest as high as possible, open. When can't go any further, internal rotation, trying to kick that foot back. Keep the heel towards your butt cheeks, sending the leg all the way into hip extension. Knees to meet each other, and then reverse, kicking back. Foot trying to kick as far back, bringing the knee back. Close to your chest for 1. And we're going for 2 each direction. 2 each side. Whatever makes you comfortable. Yeah, I think let's see. Yeah, hanging from a few times to not let you roll back. Deep inhale, long breath out, exhale, pack the air down, knee all as high as possible, close to your chest. Bringing that back, trying to bring the foot towards me. Perfect. Keep the heels towards your butt cheeks. Yeah, perfect. And then knees slowly close to each other, reverse. That was a half breath, bring it up high. Knee towards your chest and lowering down. That's 1. Knee to the chest, open. That block's gonna drop. Keep the heel towards your butt cheeks all the time. Yeah, and then knees close to each other. Keep the heel towards your butt cheeks and then go full extension. Perfect. Open and then bring back to center. Knee up high towards your chest and then slowly lowering down. Let's go for 3. One more at this side. Knee up high towards your chest. Open. Keep the heel towards your butt cheeks and then rotate. It's perfect. Sending that knee all the way back. And knees to meet each other. Last half rep. Sending back. Heels towards your butt cheeks, open to the side, rotate back to the center, knee up high towards your chest, and relax and swap sides. Deep inhale, breath out, exhale, pack the air down. Bring the knee up high towards the chest, open, keep that heel, perfect. Kicking back, the block drop once, square. Lowering down, heels towards your butt cheeks, knees to meet each other. Keep the heel towards your butt cheeks, perfect. Reverse. Open the knee up high. Now knee towards your chest. Lowering down, knees to meet each other, back up, knee to the chest, open to the side, start to rotate, foot come back. That heel keep towards your butt cheeks and then knees to meet each other, reverse. Halfway there, whoop, almost. Knees to meet each other, Last one, your best rep. Knee towards the chest. Always trying to reach a little bit further from the first one or from the previous one. Rotate, heels towards your butt cheeks. Full extension of the hips. Knees to meet each other. Reverse, full extension. Open to the side. Rotate back to the center. And knee up high towards the chest. Hip flexors and then knees together. Relax. Coming to a sitting position. We're going to do a little arm lock on your leg. So right arm underneath, left hand on the top. That's going to just help us to block the top part of your leg, and we're going to be working on that full rotation to the side. So toes poking out to the side. You're going to extend your leg up. Toes in, all the way down. Moving through that dense air. Was a click. Toes out, all the way up, toes in. Slowly on the way down. Keep the toes in. Extend. Toes out, all the way down. Toes in, extend. Toes out, all the way down. And relax. Going to the other leg. And a quick side note, if you are really flexible on that position, you can fully extend your leg all the way up. Don't do it, because whenever we lock the knee, you can't rotate that, just the two bones on the lower part of your body. So here, that part stays still, and then we just move the two bones. If we lock, what moves is your femur on the hip joint, okay? It's really hard to find someone that will really lock, but I don't know who's going to be doing the class, so just keep in mind that. Big lock, tension through the whole body, toes out, extend. Toes in. Keep fighting for more, all the way down, toes out. Keep fighting for more, all the way up, toes in. All the way down, keep fighting for more. Keep the toes in. All the way up, out. All the way down. Last one, in, all the way up, out, all the way down, and relax. Back to the right leg. You can just place a block, and now we lock the knee. And that same attention that we had for the forearm on the wrist circles, now we're going to have to the lower part of the leg, or even your hip joint to move. So try to lock the knee, pointing the toes, and now give me 3 big circles to one side, and really pay attention on the top of your shin bones to not move in any direction. 2, really fighting for that corner, extra millimeter. Maybe feel that it's going to cramp. And reverse direction. Oh. And when you look into your circular movements, especially wrist, shoulder, actually any of them, if you find, relax, and we're going for the other side. If you find that throughout that circular motion, there is a point that seems like to be a little bit faster, always try to, on the next part that you reach that point, really control and slow down that part that is moving a little bit faster. 3 big circles. Now on your left side. Reverse. Two. And relax. Blocking the side, coming up on the standing position. Hands behind you, grabbing the opposite wrist, looking down. Deep inhale, long breath out, exhale. Down, bring the big toe up by itself. Nice. Teamwork. Big toe down, big toe up. Nice. Big toe down. All four. Nice. All four up. All four down. Now big toe. Now all five. And now taps, 3 taps. 1, 2, 3. All five. One. Do one by one. Little piano tap. Last one. All five. Wide. And one by one. Grabbing the mat. So quick drill. First time the Grant is doing that. So just the big toe up. See, that seems to be hard. It's just a matter of thinking of first press all the 5 toes really hard on the floor. Perfect. Now thinking of just keep pressing that part and trying to relax this part of your toe and then bring that one up. There's a little bit of that compensation on the side, but this is the way that you're going to try and slowly build up that understanding of muscle. So pressing down, keep the pressing on the side. Boom. Or even, the main thing is when you're pressing down, thinking of your knuckles actually pressing down. This part, pressing the floor, and then just the big toe comes up. That's a lot of movement away from the first one that I see. So we're done with the toes. This is going to be Grant's homework. We're going through first hip exercise that will be some holds. So horse stance holds. So we're going to, from the feet together, you're going to choose how wide it's going to be. As wide as it gets, as hard as it is. So from here we're going to go, toes goes out for 1, 2, 3, and then you can hold or you can go 3, 4, and then we hold, or you can go a bit more, heels out, pointing the toes, a little bit wider. So as I say, as wide as it gets, as hard it is to hold. We're going to hold for a minute. So Grant, you choose that how wide you want to go. So toes goes first out. This is 1, heels out 2, 3. First part down, hold on a little bit more. Perfect. Deep inhale, long breath out, exhale. Hack the air down. And a minute's counting. Really trying to focus into sinking that hips down. Big tension and press on the feet. Trying to keep the chest upright. As you get into that minute, you're probably going to start to really feel that tension from becoming a little bit easier. You really need to work hard on that outer part of your muscles here to keep pressing yourself up without actually going up. We want to keep that depth on that squat down. About 15 seconds to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold strong and then up. Walk, walk. Just 30 seconds rest and then we're going for another minute.
Same width or wider?
It's up to you then. If you want to go a little bit wide. And remember, if you want to challenge yourself, if you think you want to try a little bit harder, we're going to try to hold for that minute. If you really think you're struggling and you need to get out of the position, feel free to step out of the position at any point. But the goal is we're going to try for another minute. Perfect. Deep inhale, pack the air down and then lower to that position and minutes counting. Perfect. Deep inhale. Oh, sorry. We're not doing yoga. "20 seconds are gone." And the second time, I think, feels like a little bit longer. Nice.
On the first time.
Now 20 seconds to go. Hold that strong chest upright. Sending tension throughout your feet to press the floor away. 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way up. 30 seconds rest. And then we're going for the third hold. So the third one, this is an option that you can use to kind of just see if you're holding the depth that you need to, open or whatever distance you want to do, and the stick should be staying on the top of your thighs. If you higher, the stick will drop. Boom. Open to the length that you want to do. Slow going to that deep inhale, breath out, exhale, and then squat into the position. Go. And it's counting. Chest upright, perfect. And see, as I say chest upright, Grant just went a little bit, raising up with his hips up too. 30 seconds are gone. You're doing great job. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Cool. Part of the floor stuff that we're going to be doing. Hip sort of combo. So laying down on your tummy. We're going to do one side at a time. The idea is bending the knee. I just lay sideways so everyone can see. Laying sideways, we're going to send tension to and tuck your toes or keep that flat. If you're tucking your toes on that straight leg, you're always working a little bit on the big toe flexion. Bringing the hip into full extension, and then keep the hip toward. Try to open as wide as possible. Keeping the chest wide, hips also towards the ground as well. Reversing the movement, we start from bringing the feet up high, the internal rotation of the hip, then bringing the leg and then we go back up. And remember, you don't need to match mine. It allows you just to come up to here. Down, feet down, back up, in the air. Remember, you're just going to work through that range that is available for you. You don't need to match what I'm doing. You don't need to match what Grant's doing. So deep inhale, long breath out, exhale. Pack the air down, starting from right leg, knee towards your butt cheeks, open to the side. Lowering down, and then feet all the way down. Back up. Now knee up high, knee, heels towards your butt cheeks. Keep fighting for that heel towards your butt cheeks. And now the knee is not resting here. Back, heel towards your butt cheeks, open to the side. Knee down, and just drop that foot down, back up. Fighting for that. Slowly extend the leg, not touching the ground. Reverse, that's the third one. Open to the side. Fighting for more, perfect. Feet down. Bring the feet up first, and the knee comes off the ground. Heels towards your butt cheeks. Keep fighting for the hip extension. When knees comes next to each other, extend the leg. Heels back to the butt cheeks. Open to the side. Slow with control. Soft landing. Feet down to the mat. Raising back up. Off. Up high, slowly lowering down, not touching the ground, extend the leg, and back up. Last one, fifth, open. Fighting for more, perfect. Lowering down, raising back up, off the ground, heels towards your butt cheeks. Keep fighting for that extra high, extend the leg, and now hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And now we're going for the other side. Yeah, just flip around. That was from your first one, that I think your knee reached around here. The last ones you need were about here, right? Deep inhale, long breath out, exhale. Pack the air down, tension through the whole body, and then leg up, perfect. Bang. Keep fighting for that heel towards your butt cheeks and open. Down, foot down to the ground, back up. Off the ground, heel towards you, perfect, and then extend. You can lower it down, get close to the ground but not touching. Heel back to your butt cheeks, open to the side. Keep fighting with that extra. Slow, soft landing, feet down, back up for 2. Straight the leg, slow lowering down but not touching the ground, back up, bending the knee, fighting for that bend all the time on the opening, slow, soft landing, feet down, back up, 3, extend, slow down, not touching, back up, bending, open, soft landing, back up, extend, slow lowering down but not touching, and back up. It's the last one. Bang, open, fighting for that hip, go down, perfect. Slowly up, knee off, heels towards your butt cheeks, extend. Now fight with that leg extend, fighting for a height and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relaxing. Coming to sitting position. Hip extension. Boom. Back to the wall. So hip flexors now. I will have you, I just demonstrate first. Back to the wall. One leg will bend. Leg straight is the one that we're going to be working with. The block will be just as you free the ankle joint, whatever position you want to start. We're going to go for 3 sets. So if you want to start low and then slowly maybe build up to a little bit higher, then you challenge yourself. The goal is leg straight from the hip joint. We're going to bring elbows touching the wall. Deep inhale, long breath out, exhale, packing the air down. Lift, open, down. A bit more to the center. Lift, open, down. For 10. So really, and if that is too hard, remember if you have tennis ball or even nothing in front to create that obstacle, feel free to just like really work slowly on that. And even if it's just a tennis ball and not having yoga blocks, how you can create high, making that closer. Cool? Perfect. Let's start with the tennis ball. You can point or you can flex. It doesn't matter. The thing is, it needs to be fully active. Perfect. That's 1. Up. Up. That's 2. Up and down. Up and down. 3. Up and down. 4. Down. 5. And down. 6. Up and down. Up and down. 7. Up and down. Up and down. 8. Down. Up and down. 9. Last one. Up and down. 10. On the other side. So for now, for that side, I really want you to focus on the landing. So I know that it's tough, but I really want you to control that lift and also soft landing, because we want to control every movement of the range that we're using. Because if I do try to use momentum and contract and bring up, I'm losing all this beginning of the movement of actually really activating. Boom, contract, lift, bring to the side. Keep that contraction happening all the time. Catch, relax. Contract, open, slowly down, boom. Deep inhale, long breath out, exhale. Tension, lift, open, down. Nice. Lift, back, center, 1. Lift, open, slowly down. Lift, back to center, 2. Lift, open, lift, back to center, 3. Lift, over, lift, back to center, 4. Lift, open, nice. Lift, back to center, 5. Halfway there, lift, open, nice. Lift, back to center, 6. Lift, open, lift, back to center, lift, slowly down, lift, slowly down, 8. Lift, slowly down, lift, slowly down, 9. Last one, lift, slowly open, lift, slowly center, relax. Back to the other side. Cool. If that really got tough to get to the 10 reps, feel free for the second round. Keep your hands down. That's going to help you to create tension. Hands down, lift instead. So hands here will be harder. You're just working more completely off hip flexor, helping you out. Hands pressing the floor. You can generate more tension to help to lift the leg up. Deep inhale, long breath out, exhale. Pressing the hands down. Really try to get that flat back on the wall. Lift, open, down, back to center. 1. Lift, open, down. Lift, back to center. 2. Lift, open, down. Lift, back to center. 3. Lift, open, lift, back to center, soft landing. 4. Lift, open, down, lift, back to center, halfway there. Lift, open, lift, back to center. 6. Lift, open, and lift, back to center. 7. Lift, open, lift, back to center. 8. Lift, open, and lift, back to center. 9. Last one, lift, open, lift, back to center. 10. That's it. Other side. Deep inhale, breath out, exhale, pack the air down, tension through the whole body, pressing your arms strong, lift, open, lift, back to center. 1. Lift, open, lift, back to center. 2. Lift, open, lift, back to center. 3. Lift, open, lift, back to center. 4. Lift, open, lift, back to center. Lift, open, lift, back to center. 6. Lift, open, lift, back to center. 7. Lift, open, lift, back to center. 8. Lift, open, lift, back to center, 9. Lift, last one, open, lift slowly back to center, 10. Nice. Back to the wall, 3 times 10. I actually put 3 times, but I'm gonna give him a break. But if you want, if you feel like a bit more comfortable with your hip flexors and you want to pause the video and go for another 10th rep, or if you want to just from first one just try to increase the height, feel free to do so. Half kneeling hip abduction. So we're going to set up the sticks here. And if you guys do just have a towel or something to slide down on the floor, you can use that. I normally have some thing here that I don't know where is it. Anyway, I think we.
What is that?
Yeah. So yeah, can you just grab the towel and then. We will be just doing, you're going to use the towel on your feet just to help to the sliding down. The stick's just going to help you to come back to the position. You're just going to slide as far as you're comfortable with. To really work on the abductors here. You're going to slide, slide, slide. Find your end range. You can put the hands down and then reset, or just by pressing that one down, reset back up. Cool? Boom. So I want you to think of really press that leg down, and it's going to be a 10 seconds sliding down. So don't need to rush. And then if you reach your max before I finish the 10 seconds counting, just try to keep that tension on that end range. And then we finish the 10 seconds, reset. We're going to go for 5. Deep inhale, breath out, exhale, packing the air down, tension through the whole body, pressing the stick down, and then slowly start to slide. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reset. Deep inhale, long breath out, exhale, tension through the whole body, and 10, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reset. Deep inhale, breath out, exhale, pack the air down, and then slowly sliding down. 9, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, sliding back up. I think it's the 5th one now. Deep inhale, really slow. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reset, all the way back up, and we swap sides. Boom, 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 boom. Deep inhale, long breath out, exhale, packing the air down, driving the stick down towards the ground, and slowly sliding. 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reset. Pack the air down, sliding down for 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reset. And the third one, pack the air down, slowly down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reset. and slowly down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reset. Last one, really slow with lots of control. 10, 9, really pressing the leg that is sliding down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, reset and relax. Going now through the spine work. I will have the ear grant on facing sideways to the camera. The movement is basically cat-cow, cat-camel, or whatever. What normally we see people doing, let's just do one as you have maybe done before. Perfect. So what normally happens is that big movement comes from that midsection of the spine, all the way down into extension, and then all the way up into flexion. So now I want you to try to focus on that segmental movement of the spine. We're going to do one direction for 5 times. Not 5 times is too much because we want to do really slow. So 3 times each direction. From that neutral position, I want you to think starting from the bottom. So vertebra by vertebra. Whatever is from here up is not going to move. And then tucking the tailbone in. And then vertebra by vertebra, we're going all the way into flexion. Until you have your chin to the chest. Now keep the tongue right that it is right now into flexion, and we start from the bottom. Vertebra coming along your spine just to have that little bit more of understanding of where we're trying to move, even if you don't feel like you're moving vertebra by vertebra. And then again, freeze the top, starting from the bottom. Boom, tucking the tailbone. And the main thing that happens on that spinal movement as a compensation is scapula. So if I face now the camera, so you can just step a little bit forwards and just look. What normally happens, that is a compensation, that is just to tell ourselves that we're going a little bit further, is this scap movement. Because that movement, that has nothing to do with spine, but when you're doing here, we're pressing the floor away to believe that we're going a little bit more into flexion. But when you do whatever neutral position of the scap is for you, I want you to go into flexion of the spine and stay here, not pressing the floor away for you. So try to keep that neutral part with the shoulders and scap into one point. If maybe it starts to happen, I will be trying to let him know that he's moving something. At home, it's just a matter of if you want to double check what you're doing, you can always record yourself because you cannot look through the mirror that movement. Get into position. Normally, knees hip distance apart, hands shoulder width, whatever is neutral for you. And then we're going to start from the bottom, tucking the tailbone in, and then start to come into flexion. Perfect. Moving one by one. And the last thing, moving is your chin to the chest. Keep everything now locked in, starting from the bottom, and again, tucking the tailbone out. And now the spine starts to sink down towards the ground, vertebra by vertebra. And the last thing moving will be your cervical spine, and you will end up looking up to the ceiling. Perfect. Freeze the top again, tucking the tailbone in. Just the tailbone, keep going, yeah, keep going, keep going. My hand is just here to try to remind you that the midsection come after, perfect. Keep going now into flexion, bring it all the way up, and then chin to the chest. Last movement starting from the bottom, tucking the tailbone out, vertebra by vertebra. Imagine my fingertips walking along your spine. As you start to sink down, remind yourself to keep this cup apart, perfect, and then looking up to the ceiling. Now I want you to freeze the bottom and then start chin to the chest. Perfect. And then raising that spine up, all the way into flexion, vertebra by vertebra. And tucking the tailbone in. Now we freeze the bottom, looking up to the sky. You're not going to see the sky yet, or the ceiling, and then start to sink down. Upper back, midsection, going down, one by one. And the last thing moving is your tailbone. Freeze the bottom again, chin to the chest. Slow with control, raising up. Imagine pulling vertebra by vertebra, up, 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 midsection, lower back. Last thing is tailbone out. Last movement, freezing the bottom, looking up to the ceiling. And then vertebra by vertebra, sinking down towards the mat. Perfect. One by one. Last thing moving is lower back and then tailbone poking out. And so this is part of what you can also use on your morning routine, doing your cars. Finish your cars or halfway through your cars if you want to just jump into boom, and then you're going to be moving through the spine. Laying, now from that, laying down on the ground, just going to basically work that segmentally, but now with a bit of loading because we're going to be holding the weight of our upper body. We're going to find the position of about feet distance apart between your heels and your butt cheeks. You can hold a block in between your legs for tension. And then we're going to come up into that crunch, trying to hold a movement of one midsection top. Start the beginning of the lower back. Last thing moving and touching is upper back and then head touching. Reset, up, and then slow. It's a little bit up, just to hold, and then by just trying to understanding of midsection of the back is normally what most people have a little bit more stiff or doesn't move in segmental parts. So the extra loading is just like little by little we're adding that extra movement or that pattern of get into your brain to understand that you actually own the movement. Laying down on the back, block between knees to hold a little bit of more tension. Deep inhale, long breath out, exhale. We're going to go for 5 reps of 10 seconds on the way down. Crunch, imagine you're holding something and then slowly, vertebra by vertebra. Slowly down, one vertebra at a time. It will happen a little bit of shake. Midsection, upper back, and the last thing touching the ground is your head. All the way up, reset, and slowly down. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Third one up, hold, and then slowly, vertebra by vertebra. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way up, fourth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one, all the way up. And 10, 9, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Now you will come into a sitting position. Now your feet goes a little bit further, as you can hold on top of your shin bones or behind your legs. And now we're going to try to freeze the upper part of the spine, keeping that scalp together or shoulders back. And from here, we're going to try to move on that same intention, move through density, just the lower part of the spine. I will keep the block behind your back. Here, we're going to find that big round of just like tucking the tailbone in. And then on that position, I'm going to slide the block in to touch on Grant's lower back. And from here, keep that upper back nice and flat. You're going to tuck the tailbone out and just move through lower part of the spine. And then vertebra by vertebra, all the way back to touch the block. And we're going to go for 10 slow rounds of all the way into flexion, all the way into extension and touching the block. So trying to keep that flat back first. So you're going to round, but imagine the round that I want you to do is by tucking the tailbone flat back, like tucking the tailbone in, and then the lower back will round a little bit. Perfect. So now it's touching. If you bring feet slightly more, and there's a little bit of lean back, perfect. Round, tucking the tailbone in. Sorry, that, perfect. Now it's touching. Now I want you to just poking the tailbone out. So that intention of doing this. And see if you can feel that just the lower part of your back is going away from the block. Perfect. And now it's slowly reversing, going to flexion. Tucking the tailbone in. And see if you can touch the block. That's one. Reverse away from the block, and then slowly moving through that dense air, vertebra by vertebra, all the way back, touching the block. 2. Away, vertebra by vertebra, and then rounding back, one by one, till you feel you touching the block. 3. All the way into extension. Slowly rounding, flexion, until you get and touch the block. Away from the block, perfect. And slowly moving through that dense air, rounding the spine, sending to flexion, touching. Last one, away, and slowly until you touch the block. And relax. Coming now, you can face me sideways to that. So I demonstrate, and then you can do facing this way. If it's comfortable for you, being to that half kneeling. If you need some blocks or whatever you have at home to use to. For me, it's quite comfortable to be sitting on this leg, but if it's not, You might just need to create high and have something on the side to help with your hands to hold that tension of the body. We're going to go into full dorsiflexion of your feet to really work on that ankle mobility, okay? Find your end range here. We're going to hold that for 2 minutes. And at the ending of the 2 minutes, then we start to apply tension against the floor. So this is Pale's rail. So we're going to work on progressive isometric loading. So slowly applying tension on that end range as we accelerating the car, pressing the floor away from you. But because we're putting all the weight of our body on the top, that's not going to move. We're going to apply tension, ramping up tension to 100%, and then we're going to hold that max effort. And when I say reverse direction, I want you to think of bringing that top of your feet towards your shin bones. Nothing's going to move. But everything from the top of your feet all the way to here is going to be working towards. So it's basically all the muscles along here working towards that movement, that if you bring yourself up, you're going to have the feet here and not relaxing down. Okay? So find a position that is comfortable. And I think that's going to be the last effort for the class. Down for the day. Remember, find the end range, heel touching the ground. As soon as the heel lifts up, this is your end range. Perfect. Just deep breath in, long breath out. I'm going to hold that for 2 minutes. And then after the 2 minutes, we start to apply tension. And why the 2 minutes? It's just a matter of allowing the brain, the nervous system, to assimilate what end range we want to work and be comfortable with. Because otherwise it's just a matter of you reaching up to a range that we normally don't use much, and your nervous system is there, safe switch in your brain. So if it is something that is not usual, that that's not comfortable for it will tell yourself to not do, or throughout your training, instead you gaining flexibility and mobility, strength on that part, is just going to be regressing everything. So probably on the mark of the 2 minutes, slowly start to press that foot as you want to press the floor away from you, as you press in the accelerator in the car. Ramping up tension 10%, ramping up tension 20%, ramping up tension 30%, ramping up 40%, 50%, 60%, 70%. The greatest effort that you can give me, and hold. Hold that tension. Don't try to go up. Don't try to go down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maintain the position. Now reverse. Now imagine you want to bring your toes all the way up and touch your shin. And then hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. How does that feel?
Yeah.
Is it your phone? Yeah. How's your?
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Cool. We're going to go for another round on that side. So just try to get back into that range. If at home you guys feel any pain throughout the movement because of this closing angle of the joint, please avoid to do that. Try to just step back and work into a more open range. If that is still painful, I would say you guys can really focus just into doing cars, basically more often than just once a day, and that will bring all that blood flow into your joint to try to heal a little bit faster. Deep inhale, long breath out, exhale, round 2, ramping up tension, pressing the floor away, 10%, ramping up 20, ramping up 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. The greatest effort and hold. Hold the tension, pressing down. Nothing more, nothing less. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse direction. As you want to touch your shin bones with the tip of your toes. Keep fighting for more. Really working hard. You're going to feel all that shin bone muscles around burning for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Slowly back, sending that foot down, slow movements. It feels really, really tough. It really works hard on that joint, but it's one of the greatest, I think, drills to like trying to work into gain range of the ankle. Whenever you're ready, down to the other side, and we just get into that 2 minutes range. Always while we're waiting those couple minutes, focus on that deep inhale, long breath out, exhale. And always, just a quick reminder regards to deep inhalation, long breath exhalation. Whenever you're doing that, really try to focus on to really long exhalation. Try to squeeze all the air out of your lungs. This is what helps your diaphragm to work hard. It's a big muscle that helps your lungs to go full capacity, and on your exhalation is basically your diaphragm is squeezing your lungs out all the way up to send air out. And is one really important muscle that we can work throughout breathing. If you're not really into, it's something that it gives you a little bit of mindfulness or a little bit of time to think of how important little things that you do to yourself improve that overall well-being throughout the day. So we're probably on that mark of the 2 minutes, slowly applying tension, pressing down. As you want to press the floor away from you, ramping up that tension 10%, ramping up tension 20, ramping up tension 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, greatest effort and hold. Pressing the floor harder. Nothing more than your max effort, and don't let it drop down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise contraction, reverse direction as you want to touch your toes up to your shin bones. Nothing's going to move. You're just going to be contracting everything from here all the way to the top of your tip of your knee. And hold. Keep fighting for more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Try to maintain the position, but just relax the muscles there. 2 long breaths. Deep inhale. Long breath out, exhale. Deep inhale. Really deep and full exhalation, squeezing every single part of air out. Just a normal inhale, and then on the breath out now, packing the air down, and round 2, pressing the floor away from you with that feet, ramping up tension 10%, ramping up tension 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Greatest effort, nothing less, nothing more, and hold. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Regressive angle, toes up to your shin bones. Keep fighting for more. Feel all those muscles firing up to come together and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Slowly get out of the position. Allow the anchor to slowly move around. And that was us for the day. Thank you very much, Grant, for the help. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I see you next time. Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy.
There's some differences there in the
Yeah.
ankles and the hips as well.
We're missing one just because of time.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty good. Hope everything recorded. Oh. I need to get the key at daycare and I need to come back here. You live around